Morning everybody. Well, we're going to go and see if we can get some juice again today. So we'll see how we get on when we get there. Okay, see you later. Diesel. I'm here queuing. This guy in front of me's just put 91 quid's worth of juice in. I'm just going to put my normal amount in, 40 quid. You know, you can't believe it. We've got some fuel. Yeah. But I've only put what I normally put in. My budget is £45 every fortnight. And I've put £45 in. But I think things are probably gradually returning to normal anyway. And I've decided to book another 2 nights on here because the weather forecast is diabolical everywhere. We're supposed to be going to Lytham. We're supposed to be staying here 3 nights and then going to Lytham. But because we couldn't get any fuel, we've had to stay as long as this. It's now Friday. So we've been here all week.
5 days.
5 days.
Well, we'll have been here a week.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We've been here 5 days.
Yeah.
So the weather forecast is for rain all day here and at Lytham. So I don't know what the point will be in moving to somewhere near Lytham and then just sitting in the van because we can't get out for rain. I mean, there are some pubs we could, if we wanted, go out for a meal now. We could go to a pub and have a meal, and there's a lovely pub in Lower Bentham that does. We once had Sunday lunch in it, and it were exquisite. So we'll stay here for another couple of days and then see what his options are. We've only got another week before we've got to be back. And Pat has had a telephone call from the doctor today, haven't you, Pat?
Yeah.
And the upshot of that is she's got to go on injections for diabetes once a week. And you've got an hospital appointment, haven't you?
Waiting for some tests, more tests to be done.
Right.
To find out why I'm losing weight. They've discovered something. What on earth that entails, I don't know. But we'll find out when we've had these other tests that they want to have done. It's all a waiting game, isn't it? You just never know what.
Yeah.
And you don't know whether you can be there or not be there.
No.
Whether you have to stay at Tracy's to accept these appointments. So we'll see.
I don't know. All I can think is just play it by ear.
Like we usually do.
Yeah.
We're always by ear.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So that's the situation. Right. So.
Don't know whether it'll be worth going on to Lytham, but, you know.
I know.
Do you?
No, not really.
Whether.
The thing is, I don't want to go back through Gargrave.
Oh no, it's awful getting through Gargrave at the moment.
At the moment.
Can we go a different way?
Well, yeah, but I don't know which. I don't know. I'm going to have to... Because if we went somewhere else, then I could maybe work my way around
it.
But if we stayed here and went back from here, I don't know.
No, I think we can go somewhere else from here.
Yeah, I think we can.
We've got another week,
yeah,
haven't we?
We can't stay here another week. Yeah, we'll go somewhere else on Sunday. Yeah, and we'll work us way back another way.
Yeah.
And avoid Gargrave. Yeah. Okay. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Okay, I'm going to recap, go back to 1965 in the army, doing my training in Farnborough. Now, I don't know how. When I think back, I just don't know how I did it really, because I went to London a lot. And believe it or not, I went to Camberley Town Hall. And oh, what do you know? It was a dance. It wasn't a concert, it was a dance hall, Camberley Town Hall. And do you know who were playing? Live band at the Camberley Town Hall, The Who. And everybody took not a blind bit of notice of them. They were all dancing, and I was mesmerised by Keith Moon, because he had this enormous quiver full of drumsticks attached to one of the drums, and Keith Moon were wet through. They were playing and he was absolutely dripping wet through, and every now and again I kept seeing these bits of drumstick fly off in air, and he'd have another drumstick out of this quiver without any hesitation. There was no loss of beat or anything, and by the end of this evening there were no drumsticks left in this quiver. I don't know how many there were, but there were a pile in that quiver. And I was just stood watching them all night. I couldn't take my eyes off them, and nobody else. Now, maybe, I don't know, Southerners, do they get loads of good bands on all the time, so it's no to them. But to me, seeing that was, it would have been in somewhere around October, November in 1965. Whether they'd had a hit by then, I don't know, I can't remember. But I knew who they were, so I think they must have had. Anyway, that was one thing. And the other thing is, I used to go to London, down Wardour Street in the West End, and I used to go to a place called the Alphabet Club. And I used to take something called Benzedrine and Dexedrine, mainly to keep awake all night. These places were open all night. The Alphabet Club was just a free jukebox, and you could just keep putting whatever you want on it, and there was just music non-stop. And I also used to go to the Whiskey A Go-Go, and I saw Gino Washington at the Whiskey A Go-Go. I didn't really know much about Gino Washington at the time. When I saw him, heard him singing, I thought he reminded me a bit of Wilson Pickett, but I didn't really know much about him. But Gino Washington became ultra famous as far as I know. So yeah, these trips that I used to make to London, I were on my own. I don't know how I did it, until one trip I made with a friend. He wasn't somebody I knew that well. He was an acquaintance really, and I was running for the army by then, long distance running, and this guy was a boxer. He was boxing for the army. He was a good boxer, and we went together to London one weekend, and on that weekend we got picked up by a guy, and and a similar thing happened to what happened before. Similar, not exactly the same, but I know this guy took us back to his house, which was weird. Or I don't know, cornflake boxes piled from floor to ceiling in one room. I don't know what was going on with this guy, but yeah, a similar thing happened, but nothing. Neither of us were invaded on that weekend. Yeah, so we both got away with it again, and that was the last time anything like that happened. All right, I don't know what you'll make of all this. See you later. Bye. I've started doing the sketching it out. There's no pen on there yet, it's just pencil at the moment. Not much further considering time I've spent, but there we go, there's a bit more done. Got a bit further today, slow going. A little more done.